G'day from Australia and welcome to another episode of Halfling House. And as you can see today, we're not going to be doing any work on my Halfling warbands. What I'm going to do is do a review on Paul Hicks Maori Miniatures or Maori Miniatures from the Colonial Wars. I think these are available from Empress Miniatures, and these are awesome sculpts from Hicksy. Absolutely love these. So this is a Maori warband I was putting together. They've been in storage for around 12 years. I haven't finished this warband. I just pulled them out and I'm just reviewing them now for the first time. So I figured, hey, while I, do a few flashbacks, I might as well review the miniatures. So, really awesome models. Full of a ton of details. So what I'll do is I'll pull out some unpainted ones that I have here. So I basically got over halfway through my warband. I was going to do a big display base, and I thought about donating that to a museum in New Zealand to display them. So here you can see two of the chief models, or the chief and his wife. Absolutely amazing detail on these. Such a good sculptor. So I didn't make these to play any war games with them, more just as display, and I thought it was more effective and interesting to sort of put two figures on one base, where it's like a mini diorama in itself. So yeah, you can just see how good the detail is on these. Absolutely insane. So what my plan is, I've started repainting my halflings, and I want to see if I can get my painting level close to what it was. And once I'm feeling a bit more confident in my painting, I'll get back and I'll finish this warband. So these painted ones, I would say, are pretty much the peak of my painting abilities before I stop painting and put those in storage. So these are two female Maori warriors with rifles, muskets. So that's a little base I made myself. So again, awesome details on these. Fantastic models. So what I might do is I'll go through the painted ones. So sort of doing for like a forest theme. The Maoris were very famous for guerrilla warfare, coming in and out of thick forests. So that's what I was trying to achieve. Thick vegetation with the fern, which is a common plant in New Zealand. So some of these are a little bit mashed up because they've been in storage. So like a few models have been chipped or bent and so forth. But yeah, I wanted to do as much detail as I could in these bases. So there's two minis there advancing, one just with an axe, another with a musket and greenstone. So I'm really happy with the paint jobs on these. That one again, I just want to... Yeah, I've got them hiding behind ferns, behind a tree, some leaves. So, see that design, the tribal design on the lower part of his clothing? That took so freaking long. But, I love these miniatures. You can see I've chipped a bit of paint there, so I'll probably have to touch these up a bit. So I think I tried to do face paint on these two. Tattoos on their faces. So a lot of Maori warriors then had tattooed faces, but after that I found it really difficult to really do it justice, so I only did it on one or two models and then I stopped. But really like that. Like they're waiting behind a tree. Again, playing on sort of like the guerrilla warfare tactics that the Maori used. I think these are two of my better painted ones. Apart from his noses had the paint chipped off. And they're, yeah, advancing. Again, a bit of detail on the clothing there. Such characterful minis. So this is the first time I'd ever painted dark skin. So still a bit of a learning curve on those, but I think they still came out pretty well. Especially from a little bit of distance there. Yeah, I like them. The highlights, especially on the flesh, look a lot stronger on camera than they do in person. So yeah, these were two that I tried to do face paint with, and I really wasn't happy with it. I don't think it added anything to the model. Maybe from a distance it doesn't look too bad, but yeah, I stopped doing it after that. So yeah, two warriors advancing. And then two more sort of hiding behind a log in the cover, firing muskets. And I like the variety of the clothing on these as well, and they're very historically accurate. I obviously did a lot of research on the clothing. And here's a chieftain. I think has he got a face paint? No, he doesn't have face paint. So I got to bend these ferns back into place. They've sort of been wrapped in toilet paper and bent a little bit. So yeah, pretty cool there. A few more painted ones. So this one's Honey Heki. So he's actually a famous Maori chieftain warrior that was fighting the English. And I'm so happy with the checkered design I did on his clothing. I almost went cross-eyed doing that. Probably some of the best painting I've ever done. Yeah, and he's famous for wearing a English soldier's cap. And also he's got a double-barreled shotgun there. So he's a very famous Maori warrior from the history of New Zealand. I actually did tattoos on him, which maybe came out better than the others. So, fantastic models. Really, really nice. This one here I'm going to have to be careful with because the one model, I think I had to cut him off his base and glue him on, but he's, you can see him shaking. So there's another chieftain. And almost went cross-eyed doing the painting on his clothing as well. So you let me know your thoughts on the painting style. And yeah, I'll mention again is that the flesh comes out the highlights on the flesh are way more extreme on camera than they are to the eye. But great models. And then the last one that I had painted before I show more of the unpainted. This is a cannon. And it's from historical battle, I think in Russell, where they captured a cannon of the English and then turned it back on the English. And that's a bit needs straightening up. Yeah, and this battle was basically near where I grew up in New Zealand, in the far north of New Zealand from where I'm from. So cool little diorama I made on the base there. Again, great models, really, really awesome models. So I think I'll quickly go through the last few that I haven't painted. I think one of those is a female and a male advancing with muskets. Yeah, so these are undercoated and I never got around to painting them. I think that one there is a female on the right. Yeah, you can see the detail now that they've sort of been undercoated. It's hard to sort of give these models the justice they deserve, but I think I've done a semi-decent job, and I think maybe that's the last one, a shotgun, and I think I got started on painting this guy, and then obviously didn't finish it off, so probably went cross-eyed on that one and quit. But yeah, there's been in storage for 12 years, so I'm trying to get back into the hobby. And my overall plan, obviously, to get them painted, but then to get them on a scenic display base that looks maybe a bit like a forest of them moving through heavy scrub and stuff like that. So I don't know, let me know your thoughts. Really, really like Hicks as a sculptor, and really love these models. Just, they relate a lot, to where I'm from in New Zealand. So cheers for watching. I think Empress Minis still sell these, so I don't think they've expanded the range. I think I have all of the models there. So what's that? That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So 31 models, individual models. I don't like to sort of do duplicates, but I think this would be cool for like a skirmish game. You could do Maori versus Maori or Maori versus English. But there you have it. There's my Empress Minis review. Cheers for watching, and probably have more halfling stuff. Yeah, once I get a few more halflings painted and I feel like I'm getting my painting level to a decent standard, then I'll start tackling these last 6 bases, the last 12 minis. So cheers for watching, guys. Bye.